everyone as well for joining today and allowing us just to go through a little bit about what we are doing here at the Hub. So first of all, I'm Shannon. I'm the Low Carbon Energy Projects Manager for the non-domestic team. I'm going to keep my bit quite brief because it's more intro and just a little bit of background to us, whereas then Robert and Sibel will come in with a little bit more of the technical information and where we can kind of help you as well. So it's just a little contents page about what we're going to run through today. So we've got an intro from myself, how we can help you, and a little bit about how we work with Salix, and a little bit about what we've been up to with the LCSF program and the PSDS program as well. So we are the non-domestic team within the Midlands Net Zero Hub. So we support net zero projects which are funded and administered by Salix Finance. So we are a grant-funded organisation through DESNZ. Ourselves, we make up one of 5 hubs. So ourselves at the Midlands actually work in partnership with Nottingham City Council, which is fantastic, because then we get to sort of have joint access to their energy services team. There's a lot of cross collaboration with the council because then we also kind of get a bit of a streamlined process into working with the local organisations that Nottingham are also able to work with. We'll get onto a little bit about what we do with the energy services team as well. So that will kind of come later on in the presentation. So yeah, we are on hand support to assist all public organisations across the Midlands, depending on whatever level of knowledge they have on these schemes as well. We help them from sort of start to finish of their application, and then we're also on hand as well for post-application support, hopefully when these applications are successful. So a quick introduction to the team. Like I said, I'm Shannon, and then I've got 2 project officers within the team, Robert and Sibel, who you'll meet very shortly to do their sections of the presentation. So we work leading on individual projects with the organisations that we reach out to and that come to us as well. So we all kind of lead on our own projects. So here is just a little map of where we cover. So we are the Midlands, but we do kind of go quite far across the Midlands as well, and then you'll be able to kind of just see as well where the other hubs are, what areas they service. So we are split into these kind of local, not local, split into these kind of regions where they get grouped into the various areas of the Midlands. So Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire, Leicestershire, Stoke and Staffordshire, Greater Lincolnshire, the Black Country. The West Midlands side of things is quite split out because it's so vast. It's split out quite a lot. So we've got Greater Birmingham and Solihull, Coventry and Warwickshire, the Marches, which covers kind of Telford, Herefordshire, Shropshire areas, and Worcestershire as well. And then here is a little bit about these slides will be circulated anyway. So if any questions crop up, or like I said, just conscious of time, by all means contact us. So the we are obviously part of a hub, so we do have wider hub projects, which is kind of set out here. So while we're non-domestic only, we do have teams that offer just sort of regional support. Some of them are on this call as well. We have the Community Energy Fund, we have the Domestic Retrofit team, and we have skills training teams as well. So we work very closely with the heat training grants team in the sense that they're kind of form part of our team. So yeah, when these slides are circulated, if there are any other branches of the hub that you'd like to explore, you'd like us to point in the right direction of, by all means, please do contact us for that. And I shall hand over to my colleague Robert, who'll go through the next section of the slide. But thank you everyone as well for joining our presentation.
Thank you, Shannon, and hello everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I'll just take my cue from Cindy there. Thank you. Case studies, yeah. If indeed anyone on the call as part of their organisation has got any nice case studies, especially on decarbonisation projects relating to PSDS, that really would be interesting to hook up after this and discuss. We host a non-domestic cross-hub working group, and anything like that is sort of music to everyone's ears, and it helps us just to promote the message and give nice reference points. I have put the contact email in the chat, so yeah, if there are anyone who would like to pick that up, please drop us a message on there. So just to start out a little bit, a little bit about the sort of journey in numbers. We work with right across different public sector organisations in the Midlands. So yeah, I won't go through all the numbers in detail. They're all there for you to see, and it's right across the board. So school wise, we've done some nice work. We'd like to really promote that and engage with as many as possible. Yeah, we sort of it's helpful if you could move to the next one, please, Shannan. Yeah, a little bit about the sort of technologies that we use. Again, very wide ranging. This is sort of across the projects that the hub do. We're sort of specifically on low carbon heating systems is the main sort of aim of the PSDS, and there is an ever growing, should we say, pointer from Salix to look at things like heat networks, and they're sort of a real growing thing there, and we've done a bit with that, and that's coming on more. So we look right across the board. So it's a very sort of wide range of knowledge we have at the hub. We do engage. We are sort of looking locally to us in Nottingham. Nottingham University do a lot of very interesting projects on new low carbon technologies, especially on things like aviation, which is not really on today's thing, but it was very interesting when we went to see them later on last year. The Coal Authority, another fantastic organisation that we work closely with, and also the British Geological Survey. Again, some incredible projects. We went to view a geothermal project which they had on their site. So we've got a very good sort of networking, close networking relationships with these sorts of organisations. So just moving on to a little bit about how we can help you. So this is really sort of there's a lot in this slide, so I'm not going to go into sort of all the little bits on here, but it's an overall journey of how we can sort of support. So initially, we want to get our name out to public organisations, and such as today's event, where we can say hello and meet people such as yourselves to introduce ourselves and offer our support and who we are. Typically, we would sort of start off with a project exploration phase where we would look at things like the property portfolio, and then depending on sort of what level of knowledge the organisation might have, we could have request information and that sort of thing, with a view to looking at suitable projects for PSDS funding. We then help assist with things like assessment of possible low carbon technologies. To give you a very typical example, a gas-fired heating system which is come to its sort of end of life expectancy, which will be then eligible for the funding. Something like typically an air source heat pump would be an example of a project to support or replace that technology with a low carbon technology. And then as part of this, there's the evaluation of the project, and the funding requires quite a lot of that to evidence of how you've evaluated this particular project to put forward for funding. So things like energy audits, and I will talk about this on the next slide a little bit more. Site visits to sort of the team involved with the project and that sort of thing. Business case support, support, and also we are luckily with the partnership as our sort of hosting authority, Nottingham City Council. The energy and consultancy services are doing heat decarbonisation plans for organisations, and we have had some successful pilots of that. So that's a service that is on is growing. We assist with all the sort of technical validation of the funding. We've got to make sure as part of the funding that the boxes are ticked and the answers make sense. So that's where we support organisations with that. Also, the funding analysis. Again, there's criteria that need to be met as part of to meet the funding. So we help organisations to analyse the figures and ensure that the criteria are met on there. And then the ongoing support with Salix, which actually can come in right at the start of the project, or right through to the sort of end, because there's always sort of technical questions that might need answering, or there might be things that are slightly sort of say written in one way on the application but not quite understood by Salix. So we help out just making sure that everybody understands fully what's being proposed as part of the project. Thank you. So I touched on it a second ago. Our sort of organisation is hosted by Nottingham City Council, and as part of the net zero work, we are in partnership with the council's carbon reduction projects and policy. We collaborating on the schemes, creating documents such as energy audits, which is very, very helpful when an organisation is looking to apply for the PSDS funding. The council themselves do have qualified energy audit assessors who can carry out this work. And more recently, sort of the last quarter of 2024, there was the pilot of developing heat decarbonisation plans for organisations, which has been successful, and we're looking to sort of offer that out, a little bit on the wider scale now. So hopefully that will be of interest, certainly to organisations that don't maybe have sort of anything at all in place at the moment. Below there as well are a bit of a list of other services that the council provide. So certainly domestic energy performance and commercial energy performance certificates have been very well received, and we do offer various other services on there. Please use the contact email again if sort of you would like more detail, and we can take that away. So that's my bit finished. So I will now hand over to my colleague Sibel, please.
Thank you, Robert. Hi everyone. Today I would like to share the. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. You've got about 2 or 3 minutes left out of the presentation.
Okay. I'll try to finish in time. Today, I would like to share the non-domestic team's work on 2 key government funding streams: the Public Sector Decarbonisation Scheme, or PSDS, and the Low Carbon Skills Fund, known as LCSF. For those less familiar with these schemes, let me briefly explain how they work. The LCSF focuses on heat decarbonization plan, feasibility, and detailed design stages. This lays the groundwork for actual implementation through PSDS, which requires buildings to take a whole building approach to decarbonization. Under PSDS, projects must meet specific criteria, including a carbon cost threshold of 510 pounds per ton and a minimum 12% contribution from applicants for like boiler replacements. I would like to mention Salix's support on this funding too. They provide the guidance to support public sector organizations wishing to upgrade, improve, or create their first heat decarbonization plans through LCSF. Moreover, there are heat decarbonization examples from previous rounds. You can find on Salix's website, and such as this school I put as a sample on the right-hand side. Plus, there were also several webinars organized by Salix, and they were quite useful as well. We organized an in-person workshop with them too, with Salix, and we can mention further later on if you have any further questions. And while PSDS applications closed in November 2024, currently we are in an exciting phase actually. Our supported organizations are receiving feedback from assessors at the moment, and they are moving forward with their projects, with the questions. So our team continues to provide post-application support, helping organizations respond to those technical queries. I would also like to repeat again that the pilot heat decarbonization plan we developed has already proven valuable with helping one local authority. Next slide, please, Shannan. Thank you. I will continue with LCSF Phase 5 engagement. Our team has supported 12 different organizations across our region, from Birmingham schools to the Northwest Anglia NHS Trust. We are particularly proud to announce that 3 of these organizations, Derbyshire, West Lindsey, and North Lincolnshire, have already secured successful outcomes. Next slide, please, Shannan. Thank you. Moving to our PSDS round 4, we have supported applications totaling nearly 14 million pounds in project value. This represents a significant step forward in our region's decarbonization journey. We have worked closely with these 6 major organizations, including Derbyshire County Council and Harborough District Council. We help them navigate the complex application form during this process. Let me close by emphasizing that these achievements represent more than just numbers for us. Each successful application means another step toward decarbonizing our public sector, creating more sustainable communities, and meeting our climate goals. Thank you for your attention, and we are happy to take any questions about our work.